Hey guys, it's LpsHoney, and today I am super excited to show you guys how I made this Animal Crossing themed bedroom. So this Animal Crossing room took me a couple days to build, but if you can sit down and just dedicate a day to making this, you can definitely make it in one day. It is well worth the time. It's definitely really fun to put everything together and customize it to be Animal Crossing themed. So I'm going to show you guys quickly the little box set that I used to make this, and then of course I will show you throughout the video how I modified and added my own little touches to make it Animal Crossing themed. So here's a look at the box that I used, and I'll tell you guys where I got it from as well. So to make this adorable Animal Crossing themed room, there's a few things you're going to need besides the obvious like scissors, acrylic paint, paintbrushes and glue. You're also going to need the main event, which is one of these mini doll room kits. I specifically used this one right here on the front, and you can pick this up for about $15. It's not expensive at all, and it comes with all the main furniture items you're going to need, like the bed, table, chair, etc. It costs about $15 like I said, and you can buy it from banggood.com, which ships worldwide. I will leave a link in the description down below directly to their website. I'm not affiliated with them or anything like that, but that is where I got mine from, and I highly recommend you pick it up from there because mine arrived perfect. There's actually a few different rooms in this series, so you can really make any room Animal Crossing themed, but of course I'm going to show you it with this room right here today. So besides the acrylic paint, paintbrushes, scissors and glue, which I mentioned before, I also highly recommend picking up some clay. Personally, I use Fimo Soft, which you can bake in the oven to harden. You can of course use air dry clay, you can use whatever you have on hand, but I highly recommend getting the colors brown and gold and also a dark blue. Like I said, if you use air dry clay that's like white or something like that, you can always paint it. But for me, those are the colors I use today. I actually didn't have brown when I filmed this, so instead I mixed blue and red. But if you can get brown, that would be like more preferable. And I almost completely forgot to mention why I'm even doing an Animal Crossing themed room, besides the fact that New Horizons comes out later this month, which I'm super excited for. This was also the highest liked comment on the video where I first showed you guys this kit. I told you guys in that video that the comment with the most likes telling me what kind of room I should make is the one I will do, and here is the comment on screen. Thank you for your comment. I actually really wanted to do an Animal Crossing themed one, so it worked out nicely. So yeah, like I mentioned, or did I mention? I don't know. I wanted to mention it. I don't know. But anyway, if you guys would like to see me do more kits like this, leave it in the comments down below. Let me know if there's a specific type of room you want to see me do, because I'd be happy to do more of these. I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed customizing it. So now that we've had a look at the box and talked about where you can buy this set, let's get on to actually making the room. I just want to warn you guys that, like I said, I did make this over a couple days, so it was filmed over a few days, so the lighting may change now and again, or the kind of setting where I'm building the furniture. But I tried my best to record as much as I could, and I just hope you guys enjoy this DIY. Okay guys, welcome to Voiceover Honey. We're going to start off with just the parts that are already included in the kit. So we have the wall and the flooring. We also have the wallpaper and the wooden floor. You don't have to use these, you can print out your own designs, but I highly recommend using them because they are a glossy finished paper. So they're going to stick a lot better and not get air bubbles as much as regular paper. And it's just really easy to work with in general. Make sure you spread the glue pretty evenly. It really helps hold it all down. You can just use regular glue for this. You don't have to use anything special because it is just cardboard. Well, not cardboard, it's like wood, kind of like chipboard wood and paper. You know, it's nothing special, so just stick that bad boy right on. And then you're going to do exactly the same for the wallpaper. Like I said, you can print your own designs if you want an Animal Crossing themed wallpaper, you know, with some nice patterns and stuff like that. Or you can just paint your own design on, really. I just actually really liked the pastel colors. I think it fit the Animal Crossing theme really well, even though it isn't technically Animal Crossing, if you get what I'm saying. I think it just looks really nice and it fits in well with the whole design I was going for. So it also comes with a bunch of paper crafts such as cereal for some reason, some books, pictures, all that. You don't have to do these. I did a couple of the books for the shelf, but that's all. Now we're going to move on to the furniture. It comes in little piles, so you know which ones go with which, and it's pretty straightforward. You know, you just glue the pieces together to make a bed, a side table, a desk, a chair, a window, and the little shelf that you're going to stick on the wall. So yeah, pretty straightforward, nothing super, you know, advanced. And of course, you can always add your own furniture as well, or you can really just use these parts to make whatever. Now, I am using super glue here because it is the best glue I had on hand and it makes stuff stick really quickly, but I want to stress so much, please be careful with super glue, okay? You can stick your hands together, you can stick your hands to a craft, but in the worst possible scenario, you could get chemical burns from super glue, okay? It gets very hot because it is melting and sticking the two parts together, so please be careful. I recommend, you know, getting adult help if you need it. Just be careful, okay? You do not want chemical burns from super glue. So right now I'm just, you know, decorating the bed. They want you to use this kind of like floral pattern. I hated it, so instead I used this pink fabric which came with the kit. I think it looked really gorgeous and, you know, I kind of preferred it over the floral one. I ended up making some pillows with the leftover fabric I had. I just glued them together, put some stuffing in and sealed it off, and then added a little doily pattern as well. As you can see, I'm not the cleanest gluer, so I ended up cutting out a end piece for the bed just to kind of cover it up. Here I am again with my terrible gluing. I accidentally glued on the little drawer wrong, but you know, the other furniture turned out decent. Like, this one's a little wonky, but all the other ones are pretty good, okay? I'm not the best when it comes to crafting, but I was pretty happy overall, especially with that chair. That chair looks good, okay? Hear me out. So after we glue everything together, we are going to get customizing. So for the window I have here, what I did is I cut out a piece of cardboard that I just had lying around, and I also cut out some green felt paper, and I decided just to make a kind of like green outside like area, I guess, through the window, kind of make it look a little nice outside. Of course, the green felt paper is the grass, and then I painted the rest of the cardboard blue to represent the sky. You can do whatever you want. You don't even have to have an outside of your window if you don't want. I just thought it gave it a little bit of a 3D aspect and looked a little cooler than just nothing there. By the way, you can use any acrylic paint you want. Like I said before, acrylic paint is probably the best way to go. It's just, it reacts the best when put on paper, wood, pretty much anything. If you use like oil paints, it's just going to get sloppy and messy and it's not going to dry properly. So I highly recommend acrylic paints. It can be any brand, it doesn't matter. I'm literally using $2 acrylic paint. So you can use whatever you have as long as it is acrylic. I also recommend putting a seal on it if you want to keep it nice and dust free. Just a matte varnish, like a Mod Podge varnish or something like that. You don't have to, but it is recommended. So that's the window done. I think it came out pretty cute. We're going to move on and do quite a bit of painting. So as you can see, just used a bunch to paint. Oop, almost spilled the pink, but you know, it happens. So this paint I'm going to be using just to paint some little Animal Crossing themed designs. I think just painting really is some of the best customizing you can do. So I tried really hard to create the iconic Animal Crossing leaf. It turned out a little more rounded than the actual design, but I think it was a decent attempt at it. You know, it's decent. You can tell what it is. You know, it doesn't look like it's not a leaf. And I also decided to fill in this little gap here because we are missing a drawer now because I glued it on wonky by painting the peach from Animal Crossing. I really wanted there to be a little bit of a fruit theme, but of course you can paint anything. You can paint Animal Crossing characters, other items in the game. But yeah, this is kind of from memory, so it's not 100% accurate, but I'm pretty sure this is what the peach looks like. And it came out pretty decent as well. Then we move on, and I just like added some little details with a nail art brush. These are amazing for details. A+, highly recommend them if you want to get fine details, especially when painting. I also just painted some little handles for the drawers. I think it was pretty simple. And then for the bed, I decided to paint different types of Animal Crossing fruit besides the peach, of course. So yeah, I think it turned out pretty decent. And then for the end piece of the bed, I decided to try and paint the bell bag. It's a little wonky, but again, you can definitely tell what it is. And for somebody whose artistic skill is like a 2 out of 10, I think it turned out pretty decent and I'm very happy with the colors. So here's the fruit, and then of course I glued the end board onto the bed just to cover up my messy gluing, and also I felt like it kind of completed the bed. They didn't include an end piece, which I found really odd, and I think with this end piece it just kind of makes it look a bit neater. You don't have to do this. This is completely just thought up in my head. It's literally just a piece of cardboard, but I feel like it really helps tie the bed together. Now we're going to move on to clay. I love clay. So I used red and blue to make this kind of purpley color, and then I just kind of molded it into a little gyroid, of course, from Animal Crossing. I love these little guys. I smacked them in the oven for 30 minutes, and here's the inspiration, of course. It's not 100% accurate, but I think it turned out really, really good. I'm so pleased with it. He's adorable. I love him. He is my son. Then I took the blue and gold clay that I got. I used the blue one to create a little fossil from Animal Crossing. Of course, you dig them up around your little village, island, you know, wherever you are. So I just took some of that and flattened it down, and you know, that's pretty much all you have to do. As for the gold one, I made a little bowl. I poked it with a clay tool and kind of just molded it into a fortune cookie shape. And if you're wondering why I'm making a fortune cookie, it's kind of like a little nod to the Animal Crossing Pocket Camp game for your phone. They have fortune cookies in that game, and you know, it's a big part of like opening it up and seeing what you get. So I kind of wanted to include something of that kind. So here they are, cooked, or like baked, I don't know what you would call it, but I just went ahead and painted the little fossil design on the blue one, and the gold one I just left. Now, this is kind of cheating, and I apologize, but I had these little Timmy and Tommy figurines that I got from a Kinder Surprise egg, which was literally $2. So I decided to kind of take it apart and pinch either Timmy or Tommy, I don't know who's who, and just kind of stick him to the side. You don't have to do this. You can literally make one out of clay if you want to, but I just thought it was a nice addition. And then on top of that, I also added some little orange slices, because you know, like I mentioned, I had kind of a fruit theme going on. So next up, I have these little paper printouts of Animal Crossing cards, which are little collectible cards, Amiibo cards. I just took them, put them on some cardboard to make a frame, cut it out, and voila! You have little Animal Crossing pictures to hang up on your wall. Super simple. You can print out whatever you want. Then I took some white and red felt paper, or like just felt, glued it together and made a little pitfall. And then it also comes with like a bunch of beads and stuff which you can use for whatever. I used mine to make a little potted plant using the heart and the like pot one. And then I just started gluing the room together, you know, the wall, the floor, the shelf and the window. And yeah, after that it's time to assemble. Okay guys, welcome back to the starting position, I guess. So here is my room. This is what it's looking like. I of course have the window and shelving glued down, and it's just kind of a blank slate ready to be filled in. I actually went ahead and stuck our little photo / cards on the wall. I think they turned out really nice. Good placement. So now I just need to put all the furniture and accessories in. So I have everything here off to the side. You can assemble your room however you want, or you can follow it exactly how I'm going to assemble mine. It's all up to you. Of course, I did glue the walls around the wrong way, so you know, you can really assemble yours however you want. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to show you how I'm going to do mine, and if you'd like, you can follow it along. So I'm going to take our little Animal Crossing bed here, and I'm just going to stick it under the corner here. I feel like it's the best place for it. And of course, we have a bit of a glue mishap on the top there. So what I'm going to do is take our lovely little pillows here and just kind of cover it up so you don't see my sloppy craftsmanship. Bada bing, bada boom. I feel like this looks pretty good, and you can still see some of the little Animal Crossing fruits that I painted on the backboard, and of course the money bag at the end here. I'm also going to take our little friend here, who I absolutely love, and I'm going to put him on the bed as well, just so there's a bit more going on there, and I feel like it would be a good place for him to just kind of chill out over on the corner there. Then I'm going to take our little side table here. Of course, everything is already glued down on here, so I don't need to worry about adding anything more. Very happy with how it turned out. A little wonky, but you don't really notice it, so I'm going to slide that in. Then I'm going to take our little white desk here. I actually added a little bit of glue tack at the top here, and I'll show you guys in a second. But I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out, even though I messed up one of the drawers. And to go along with that, I'm going to take our little polka dot chair and just kind of put it off to the side here, like somebody's just recently gotten up from the desk. So now that we have the base of the room kind of all put together with the furniture, if you want, you can glue your furniture down. I'm not going to, just because I feel like it's a very versatile room and I can always move it around if I want to. But you can always glue your furniture down if you want it to stay put. But now we're going to go ahead with the smaller accessories, aka the fun part. So yeah, you can really put these wherever you want. Quite a few of these are going to be going into the shelf here, but you can just place them anywhere you want. So like I mentioned before, there's a little patch of glue tack on the white desk, and that is actually to hold down our little heart-shaped plant here, just because it can be a little wobbly on its feet and I don't want to glue it down. If you want it to 100% stay still in that place, I recommend gluing it, but for me, I might want to move things around, so I'm not going to glue it down, but I am going to kind of stick it there so it doesn't fall over. I'm going to go ahead and fill this shelf up with a lot of these smaller items we made, such as the fossil, the little books, and maybe also the Animal Crossing box. I feel like this looks pretty good, not too cluttered. You can fill it up with more books and paper crafts if you want, but for me this looks pretty decent. I feel like the floor is a little bare down here, so I'm going to use our little felt pitfall and just stick it in the corner here. Kind of like if you see it, you get it. I hate those things. I'm forever falling into them when I'm playing Animal Crossing. And then the last item is a little shout out to the Pocket Camp players. You know, your little fortune cookie on the edge there, kind of like a little Easter egg in the room. And voila, we have an Animal Crossing themed bedroom. I don't know about you guys, but I would literally kill to have a bedroom like this. Nintendo really needs to make some more Animal Crossing related items. And Nintendo, hit your girl up. I'll happily design you some rooms. But yeah, Nintendo really needs to release more Animal Crossing items. It's a fan favorite, and I definitely think it would be a big seller if they released like miniature furniture and stuff like that. It'd just be so adorable. So guys, did you enjoy the DIY? I really hope you did, and I hope you guys will give it a try as well. I loved how this turned out. It's definitely one of the best DIYs I personally think that I've done, and I really hope I can do some more in the future. So if you have any themed rooms you'd like to see me make, please let me know in the comments down below. I love doing themed rooms. I think especially when it's something you really love, you put a lot of passion into it and it turns out great. I'm a big Animal Crossing fan, so I feel like I put more passion into this than usual. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, I will leave the links down below, like I mentioned, to where you can buy this. And that is about all. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like always, don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe. And I will see you next time. Bye guys!